Hello traders, I welcome you here. So I received a question over on Telegram. So Daniel, I think the guy is called Daniel. He was asking some question that I'm going to be addressing here briefly. So if at all you have any questions about any strategy that you're using, or that you need any clarity that you need that you seek, you can ask like before the year ends. I can make a video and then maybe it can benefit all. It can benefit all. So now Daniel, he was asking something, but I think it's about market structure. And then he was telling me about if the market, let's say, breaks, does he wait for a retest and then he takes entries? Now, retests, I don't know how you understand a retest, but now, uh, given that all of you that watch these videos, you have different strategies that you're using um, different strategies that you're using, I'm going to bring something quite general. You get? So if I told you you're having a mentor, or if you're looking for a mentor, and then he's teaching you before that course ends, or before they finish up, or as they're teaching, you be keen on how their strategy helps you to understand these three things at least. You get not only these three, but these three I think shouldn't miss because why am I saying that? All strategies seek to explain the market structure. You get whether you're using moving averages or you're using SMC or you're using whichever strategy that you're using. You get there are those let's say those indicator based strategies. There are those that are based on technical analysis and price action. So whichever, because they are all seeking to help you understand the market structure. So you look for how they help you to understand reversal areas. You get that's number one. Pullback areas, that's number two. And then continuation areas or reversal patterns, pullback patterns, and then continuation patterns. Those ones shouldn't miss because you're going to be encountering these three things every day and every time. So now, I'm going to explain something really simple. Given that he was telling me about a break. Now, if at all the market breaks, you get, if at all, hold on, if at all, let's say the market has been bullish and then we can get a shift there. We have a shift there. So when you get a shift in market structure, now this one, it should be, by the way, as the market is breaking, we need to see it should be, there are different types of breaks of market structure, but it should be either a body to wick or a body to body break of structure above. And then even here, the shift, you have to make sure that it's a body to body or a body to wick. Now, I'm not going into the details of that. I believe some of you can understand. Now, that's number one. Now, when you look at that here in this area, this whole zone to this point here, we can look for points of interest. You get? Now, this pattern here, it should happen in a reversal area. You get? In a reversal zone. Like you're more safer if at all, let's say it's in line with a higher time frame, a reversal zone or a reversal zone of the same time frame. You get? Now, we can start looking for points of interest here. Now, here is where you can find challenges for break and let's say retest. Now, you don't know exactly where the market is going to retest. There are instances where we can see the market coming back to this point here and then let's say it continues. You get? Or it's even possible actually to see this pattern where you can see that it breaks, it comes and then it breaks and continues. You get? It continues. Now for those, some people can, for those that know the Quasimodo, you can save this point and then maybe you take entries later. So there are different ways that you can go about this area. So now for this time around, I'm going to be sharing one of the points of interest. You get? Now I've told you this point can be this area here can be an area of entry. These zones here, now I'm going to be sharing one. I think it happens like 40% of the time. You get? So don't be waiting only for this one thinking that it's the one that will work out. So now this is going to be what we call the origin. So for SMC people, they call it the order block. Now let me just even highlight. So you can target this zone here. You get? And now, by the way, anyway, let me not overgo in details. So this zone here is one that we are going to be considering for today. You get? I told you there are different points of interest. Actually, there are even cases where the market will do this. You get? It will just range here without even coming back this side, and then it continues. But there, it depends on the scenario. You get? It depends. Actually, even it depends on the strategy that you're using. You get? But now I want to bring something that can cut across for those that are using moving averages, for those that are using support and resistance, or those that are using trend lines. So now in this zone here, you get, you can highlight it. It's so good if at all you're on a higher time frame, and then maybe you do refining. You get? So now we are going to be looking at when we target this point here for entries, for our entries to go on to continue, let's say bearish. You get? So that's one of them. Remember, for this, what are we saying? We can see that we got a reversal. You get? We got a reversal, we got a pullback, and then this is a continuation. So that is so important. So now if at all I'm taking, let's say if at all, now it depends on where you come in, or you join the market in from. Now for instance, now this could be a market structure of the daily time frame, and you can see that this area here, we are in the pullback area. You get? If it's a daily time frame or any higher time frame, I can take entries here and then I take profit here. Why? Because I know I'm taking a pullback entry. So now if at all I'm taking this continuation area, this continuation trade here, I can stay in longer. Why? Because I understand it's going to be more longer. You get? It's a bigger impulse. You get? Now, likewise, if at all this point here we are in a higher time frame area of interest, I can take entries here. If I've taken an entry here, the market price comes and breaks, shifts here, and then it's pulling back here. I'll not exit the market. You have your position here. The market will pull back. You understand, and you know this is a pullback, and then it continues. That's why I told you it is so important for whichever strategy that you're using to understand reversals, you understand pullbacks, and then you understand continuations. Now that will guide you as you're setting take profit points. It will guide you as you set stop loss points. You get? So that's really important. Now we are going to go on the charts, and then we look out for these areas. You get? So we are on volatility 25 here. By the way, I'm going to make the next video to give a guidance whether it is safe for you to trade volatility indices, and sometimes why you're finding it hard to trade volatility indices. Is it safe, or you should stick to forex? I'm going to be explaining that in the next episode. You get? So now if at all we are to see here, we can see that we got let me just show you. So we can see that we got a break of a shift. Actually, it's a shift here. You get? And now we can see that the market pulled back. Now, by the way, here in most cases, if at all, for you to mark out this point properly, you get? If at all the market is bullish, you get? If at all the market is bullish, no, it's been, let's say it's been like this. Let me illustrate. If at all the market has been bearish, you get? Bearish, and then we get a shift here. You get? So as you're highlighting this zone, which candle should you highlight? By the way, it's just a candle in most cases. Now, for smart money traders, they call it the order block. You get? Now, which candle do you, if at all you're looking for an entry to come back here, let's say for you to take this entry, this point here. Now, you're going to be highlighting the last bullish candle. You get? The bullish candle in this zone here. You get? Not the bearish, the bullish candle. If at all you're taking entries here, so it's the one that you highlight, and then maybe you can go on a lower time frame. You take entries here, and then the market pushes back up. You should take care of that. Let me remove. So now that's it. So now, if at all you can see, we got a shift there. The market shifted there, and now let's say you highlighted your point here. You highlighted this bullish candle, that bullish candle, and now you can see that the market pulled back in this zone and then proceeded. I told you it may work out just 40% of the time. You get, it's not the only point of interest that we look out for. Actually, for me, this one, I only take it when I'm taking in more positions. You get, but in most cases, at least now I found a way of getting in it yourself, getting in here. You get, this one is for continuations. It's it's best for continuations. But anyway, a lot of factors come in, like the time frame. If at all it's on a higher time frame, anyways, let me not stress over that so much. So now we can see that even here we have a break of structure there. So if I told you to highlight, if we highlight our zone here, we highlight this bullish candle over there, and now you can see that the market came back to this zone and then it pulled back up. So now if I told you go on MetaTrader 5 for volatility 25 on the monthly time frame, we're in the reversal zone. You get, we are in the reversal zone, so you could take this entry at the tip here. You get, you could take the entry at the tip over there. But if I totally missed it, we can see that where did we get a shift from? We can see that we got a shift here. So it is here. You get, this was the shift. Now it's really funny. I told you, now supposing you highlighted your area here, you get, supposing you highlighted that area there, so you can see that the market came back, it didn't touch it properly. You get, it didn't touch it properly. But then this is another advantage. If at all, supposing, let me just give out something for free. If at all, personally I'm looking, if at all the market comes and breaks here, by the way, this is going to become our area of interest. By the way, this point here, you get, at some point we shall take entries over there to continue lower, I believe so. But then it will depend on how the market reacts to these zones here. So basically what I mean, I'm meaning something like this. You get, so let's save this point for those that are going to watch. One day you look out for this point here. It's on volatility 25 on the daily time frame. So now that's one example. We can go on, let's say we can look out for something else. Let's use volatility 50s. This one works many times, but not always. You get, so you can see actually, for instance, you look here, we got a shift here, we got a shift there, but then you can see that the market went and then the market just went back to the point above. You get, but then I told you, there are a lot of factors that come into play. There are certain conditions that we don't just take these points randomly. You get to you have to understand. It depends on the conferences that you're using. Anyways, given that I'm giving out something general, for those, I know some of you are using moving averages and what, but personally, I use pure price action for now. You get pure price action, but then maybe you can. This one would be another conference to add if at all you're using, let's say, trend lines. That those that use trend lines, I'm not so good at that strategy. By that, at least one of the strategies that I've not learned is trend lines. You get, but one day maybe someone will teach me. You get, but then for the rest, many of them I've learned. You get. Now, this is what I'm talking about. Now, if at all you can see here, we got a break of structure there, and then if at all you had highlighted this zone here, I told you, actually, you see this zone here, you look for entries. It just went up a little bit, and then it dropped. The same here, you get the same here. Basically, now I'm not really teaching you to get precise entries. Precise entries, you get them when you've refined. You get, but then I'm just showing you zones. You get. Now you can see that. Hold on. That's not what I was looking for. So you can see it breaks and then it comes to the area. It breaks. Sometimes it breaks and then it doesn't come back. You can see. Sorry. For instance, you can see this is what I was telling you. It doesn't always happen, but then it happens many times. You can see that the market broke here, but then it never came back. It just continued down. So that's it for now.